This show is brought to you by Bosch Thermotechnology. Bosch's latest HVAC equipment offering includes the high-efficiency BGH 96 furnace, the new IDS 2.0 heat pump and air handler with efficiencies up to 20.5 SEER, and a brand new IDP heat pump package unit with efficiencies up to 19 SEER. Find out more about these cutting-edge systems by attending a Bosch webinar. There's links in the video description.
If a tech is out there trying to oversell, right?
For the record, I don't let everybody sell.
Right. But if you had a tech out there and he was being dishonest to sell something versus, there is a difference. You can honestly sell stuff and give them, hey, here's 14 SEER, here's 16 SEER, here's a 28 SEER, and here's the difference between the two. Offer the options like you were talking about. And if you offer those options and they take them because they want to take them, it's like the next truck I buy. It's going to have a bed liner, a spray and bed liner before I take it off the lot. I'm not going to, go shop around. I want it in that truck before it leaves the lot because I know I'm not going to have time to go have it done, right? So that's my choice to buy that bed liner, even though it's going to cost more from that dealer, So I guess you can. How dishonest does the tech have to be before you have to can them?
And how do you know? And how do you know? Like, oh, well, it was bad, boss. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I struggle with that. Like, maybe thinking my guys might be doing something out there dishonest. And how do you really know? Like, do I make them bring every single daggum capacitor back in here and let me test it? Like, it's so hard for me. You know what I mean?
Well, why would they be dishonest? Unless they were paid commission, there's no reason to be dishonest if you're paid hourly. Why would you? There's no benefit for you.
I feel like I pay my guys well over the average for the area hourly because we don't offer really commission. We do on an equipment sale, but it's one flat rate. It's not you don't get anything different between a 14 and 16. And most of those guys don't sell. I go out there and do the selling. I'm the salesman. So and I try to not let them do a sale, and the only time that comes up is maybe on a weekend when I can't get there or something like that. But that's why I pay my guys a very good hourly wage, so they don't have to worry about that kind of commission type stuff.
I'm the same way, exact same way, and I only have 3 technicians that I let sell, but that's only because I know them, I know what kind of person they are, and I know that they're going to do it right. Even if some guy new to the company, he was the best salesman in the world, he could fix everything, but I didn't know him and know how he is, I wouldn't let him do it. And I'm very big, which it's kind of time consuming, but it's quality control. Even after the customer, if they buy it from somebody else, I will call that customer. Be like, hey, this is Gil. How you doing? I'm the general manager of Supreme Heat and Air Conditioning. I heard that you bought a system from us yesterday. Yeah, we did. Oh, it was great. How was the experience? Was everything good? Were you happy? Did we fulfill all your needs? And a lot of times I'll find out, like, I'm really unsure. It was horrible. I kept asking the guy questions. He couldn't answer it. I try to do it like, I think I overdo it sometimes. But that's because I know it's such a fine line that I want to make sure it's right. I've given people their money back. Canceled sales or went out and did things. I had one time where a guy made a bunch of promises and I gave the people back like $1,500 and I gave them 3 years worth of maintenance. I'll do whatever I can to try to make it right because I'm so against it. I don't want to be that guy.
So in other words, you're not wearing a white shirt.
No. I'm actually wearing a black shirt and it's hot as hell.
I know, but just joking. So Gil's doing it with integrity. I think what the fight is, where Brent's fight is the dishonest sales guys, right? You're being honest. There are, and you know it as well as we do, there's dishonest sales guys out there that will take advantage of a 97-year-old woman who has 3 years left or just found out she got 6 months to live. Oh, I'm going to sell you this $20,000 system. And
a lot of
that's a bad example of a bad sales guy right there.
Yeah. But it's true.
Yeah, and it's funny. Gil mentioned it a little bit earlier. A lot of these guys, use lack of technical knowledge as a sales technique, and that's absolutely incorrect. And I feel like even some of these owners, they don't do enough technical training. They do more sales training than they should, and they should focus more on the technical side of things. Make sure you guys know how to fix the damn thing before they know how to sell a new one first. That's my thought.
A lot of guys, you've heard if a guy has a really jacked up truck, you know what they say about him, right?
Yeah, overcome.
So if a guy can't sell, if he can't fix something, what do you think he's going to do? He's going to sell.
Well, what happens is these young kids come in, they really don't know what they're fixing, but they see these senior selling techs, making all this money, and they're like, well, shit, I want to get that. You see the guys that are smart techs but don't sell, they're not pulling up driving the fancy cars and stuff like that. And those big companies, they want the guys with the sales mind because, they're going to make these big checks and they're going to spend it just as fast as they make it. So every month they're going to be hungry to buy stuff. I mean, I've seen it. I've done research on it for different companies that I worked for. It's bad. And that's what the young guys do. They see that and they see the incentive to go the wrong way.